didn't last forever, but I just realized that you're gone forever. This shit hurts. Was a shot to my pride the way you left the scene. Still to this day I label you my everything. Way before I came across her, I seen her in my dreams. I float high, then she gone, she cut my wings. And damn, everything ain't what it seemed. You opened up my eyes, I was wishing on a dream. Kaylin told me just let her go, because she's so far gone, nothing's ever set in stone. I'm holding on to these memories way too long. Damn. And it's crazy cause now I look back, but it's hard letting go when you emotionally attached. The tragedy came too soon, cause like a dream she had me walking on the moon. After it all, she served my heart on an entree and left it all cold just like Kanye. Damn, 808 heartbreak. And I remember when she said she was down to ride. If you ask me, love is suicide, cause they only by your side to the end of the ride. Shit got cold, she's so far gone. She was my Cinderella, no longer though. Damn. Just like glass, the situation shattered me. Reality just kicked in, and even though I want to drop a tear, I can't, cause you gone, and you refuse to come back, so I gotta move on.